Maybe we can kind of just go back to the origins of Com2us and sort of how you got into the mix and sort of became president or CEO of the U.S. division.
Sure, yeah. So I joined straight out of college. The current Com2us was actually called Gameville back in the days. So Gameville was formed in the year 2000, graduates from Seoul National University. We decided to build a game company, and we decided we have the best shot to make the first mobile game company in the world. And so our business was struggling, actually. We had to work with all of the carriers around the world. That's when I went to the US to establish relationships with the carriers back in the day. So I went out to sign deals with AT&T, Verizon, and so on. And but when the App Store came around, that's when really mobile gaming went to the next level. Our business started growing. We went public. And at that time, we were the number one and number two player in the market was Gameville and Com2us. And so Com2us was a company that we acquired. They were also a public company. We bought the founders' shares. And then we created a hit title called Summoner's War. And Summoner's War is still in service for the past 9 years. And we've generated more than $3 billion of revenue from that game alone.
I think it's over $1 million a day?
Yeah, it's pretty much $1 million a day. And yeah, so with that, we've been able, actually, we've expanded beyond gaming. We started acquiring media companies too, with the thesis that just like the App Store brought all of the local Korean developers to the global stage and made them unicorns, we were thinking like all of the OTT platforms like Netflix and Disney Plus and all of those companies are also doing the same, are going to do the same thing. So we started rolling up a lot of entertainment companies. So now
in Korea or globally?
In Korea, but we're making investments everywhere. But yeah, so now we have 5 public companies and about 40 companies that we directly control in the gaming and entertainment space. And because we're so heavily invested into digital assets, it's obvious that we're interested in blockchain too.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and I appreciate all that context. You guys are keeping busy. So like, is there something specific that you can point to that sort of surprised you in terms of what did work? In terms of the adoption, where you didn't expect that to be such a powerful mechanism?
Yeah, so I think what we did learn is we didn't know the two groups would be that distinct. Is clearly one thing that we did learn.
Twins from a different mother or father.
Yes. But then we also learned that certain countries, especially like Korea, they'll go through many hurdles. There are certain countries like where you throw a game at them and then they'll put out an Excel sheet with all of the odds of the gacha boxes and so on. And Korea is one of those amazing countries. So they'll do all the math for you once you launch the game. And I think I'm really fascinated. It's a great test bed, and I think even for blockchain games, I think it is a great ground to learn from the user behaviors.
Yeah, I appreciate all these insights. So what's next, and sort of, how have your sort of plans for this migration over to Web3 evolved moving forward over the coming quarters and years?
Yeah, I think one of the things that people don't really know, I think there's 2 things that I want to point out. One is it's really hard to make a successful game. Just like if
you could replicate your first game again, you would have done it by now.
Exactly.
The views and opinions expressed on Edge of NFT reflect solely those views and opinions of the show hosts and its guests. Please make sure to do your own research. Our show is not financial advice. You understand that you are using any and all information available on or through this podcast at your own risk. Whenever making financial decisions, we recommend doing your own research and talking to your accountant for financial advice. From time to time, we may feature sponsored content on the show for which we receive value, and we may share links for which we receive a commission if you make a purchase through one of those links. Refer to our website, www.edgeofnft.com, for our full disclaimer, terms and conditions, and privacy policy.